Physical sales of movies and TV shows are making a small but surprising comeback. And if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering if you should start buying physical movies or continue the practice. Over the next few minutes, we'll go over the reasons why DVDs and Blu-rays are still a better option compared to streaming and what might be behind this interesting comeback. Starting with number 1, when you buy a physical version of a movie, it's yours. Unlike if you buy a digital version of it. That digital version can be removed from a streaming service after the license has run out on it. Removal of content has happened numerous times over the years as license deals have expired. Consumers often pay full price for digital movies but can be left with nothing a few years later when the license deal runs out and a studio chooses not to renew.
The home video versions of my films, the definitive versions, are the Blu-ray and the 4K versions because there's much less compression. There's very specific authoring. We control the color of the picture, the brightness, all these things. When you stream a film, it's like broadcasting a film. We don't have much control over how it goes out. And also, being able to hold it in your hand and see the artwork and the posters and have the names, it's a real thing.
The control that Nolan is referencing is two parts. First, he talks about the compression which occurs during the streaming process. While the streaming servers at a studio might have the highest and best possible version of a movie or show, oftentimes the movie is condensed and stripped down by the time you watch it, whether you realize it or not. This means the audio and video quality is reduced to maximize the performance for streaming over the internet. However, there's a second part. Streaming a movie or TV show can also affect how much of the product you see. If a studio decides something is offensive or makes a movie's runtime too long or something else, they can trim aspects of movies and TV episodes without you realizing it. In 2020, it was revealed that Netflix had an international version of Back to the Future playing on the US Netflix servers. This version removed a certain magazine cover. After fans caught the error, Universal supplied Netflix with the correct version.
Ooh la la! Ooh la la!
If you watch Toy Story 2 on Disney+, you'll notice the prospector hitting on the twin Barbies during the end credits is missing.
Absolutely identical? I'm sure I could get you a part in Toy Story 3. I'm sorry, are we back?
It can now only be seen on YouTube or the physical version of the movie in the correct order it was intended to be enjoyed. Again in 2020, NBC's Peacock had removed a scene in the 9th season of The Office in which a character wears blackface briefly on screen. Or sometimes it's a mixture of licensing deals and editing or taking your stuff away. In late 2024, the Comedy Central website removed all 25 years worth of its episodes. These were all moved to Paramount Plus in an effort to force consumers to sign up for the streaming service. It is also not uncommon for people to purchase a digital version of a movie thinking they own it just for them to lose access to it years later. Movies such as 1987's The Brave Little Toaster, 1999's Dogma, 2005's Green Street Hooligans, and many, many others are not available to stream from any service at the time of the publication of this video. Infamously, the movie 28 Days Later was not able to be streamed anywhere for years. It wasn't until late 2024 that Sony was able to flesh out the rights to get the movie to be able to stream in preparation for the sequel 28 years later. Number 4. While internet bandwidths and speeds have been improved dramatically over the years, they still don't match the speed required for what is needed for the best possible sound and image. This can be due to a number of factors. For instance, not all streaming companies let you download movies to watch at the same speeds. Netflix and Apple TV stream quite well, peaking around 40 megabits, whereas Amazon Prime struggles to reach 20. Sony's core service claims to be able to stream content at up to 80 megabits. With a 4K Blu-ray disc and a high-speed cable, some scenes will reach well over 100 megabits due to no speed throttling on the end of a streaming platform, and not competing with internet traffic bandwidth in your geographical area. Number 5. There's also something to be said about the novel feeling of popping a disc into a player, looking at the case and going through the goodies that come with a special edition, or even just holding and admiring past editions. In the last couple of years in particular, studios and third-party companies have been doing an incredible amount of work remastering older movies, bringing them up to 4K standards, and then releasing them in special collector's editions. While the trinkets aren't needed to enjoy the movie, They do make buying a special edition that much more palatable, since sometimes these versions of movies can get pretty pricey. And it's just neat to see some of the stuff some of these releases come out with. Physical media still offers the most when it comes to behind-the-scenes bonus content. While some of these shorter featurettes occasionally end up online, and the studios do release some behind-the-scenes content for marketing purposes, movies like Lord of the Rings, Apocalypse Now, or Band of Brothers have hours upon hours of behind-the-scenes material in addition to producer or director commentaries giving greater depth about how the movie was made. Number 7. It can be difficult to find different versions of a movie to stream. Typically, whichever version the streaming service has is the only version you can watch. Not always, but usually. However, with physical releases, alternate cuts of movies have been released over the years exclusively on physical. For example, the Friends Blu-ray box set has several extended versions of episodes that never aired on TV due to time constraints. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers release includes the theatrical cut and a unique producer's edit of the movie. I don't think we'll ever return back to the glory days of DVD in the late 2000s, but I think we are now on the cusp of how vinyls are with music purists alongside novice collectors. In case you missed it, vinyls now outsell CDs, something you probably didn't expect to hear in the 21st century. Nolan has been very vocal asking fans to buy physical media since 2023. Since then, other directors have also come out stating the negatives of streaming and the pros of owning the movies and shows you like. Additionally, quite a few commentators on mainstream outlets and social media are now raising the alarm due to lost content and licensing issues. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite physical release and why. This is Movie University, Education in Cinema.